What's up? Thanks for tuning back in. This is Steve McGrath, and in this episode of the podcast, I'm pleased to bring you my conversation with Juwann Winfree. Now, Juwann wrapped up his rookie season in 2019 with the Denver Broncos, and unfortunately, it did end with him going on the IR. The season did not go as well as he wanted it to, so he's looking to head into year two with a full head of steam. Now, it is a little hard to do that when you have a new offensive coordinator and you're trying to learn said new offense on Zoom and you're not with your teammates in person. But he's putting in the time. He's doing everything he can. And we talk about what that's like trying to learn all of that, get ready for the first full season of Drew Lock. I mean, Bronco Nation, I'm sure everyone is ready to see this thing get going. And anyway, we're going to talk about it all, his path to get there, going to school at Maryland Community College and then Colorado. Awesome story. Can't wait to see what the future holds. So without any further ado, here is Juwann Winfree talking about his rookie season and what to expect in year two. All right. I am pleased to be joined by Denver Broncos wide receiver, Juwann Winfree. Juwann, how's it going today, man?
It's going well, man. I'm chilling with my dog. His birthday yesterday, so we had a big day yesterday, but we just chilling today.
Oh, man. How old's the good boy?
He just turned 1.
Just turned, what kind is he?
Golden Doodle.
I got a toy poodle and a golden retriever. Little known fact, but I understand where you're coming from, getting the best of both worlds. So obviously you're spending time with your dog right now. Not a lot of places or people that you can spend time with. What's it been like this off season, just trying to get yourself as ready as possible, knowing that you can't even really hang out with any of your teammates or do maybe what you would normally be doing?
It's been real different. It's been focusing. It's been making people have to focus on things that they usually don't, and just have to be more effective and innovative from the house. So I've enjoyed it. I'm before Corona even happened, I spent a lot of time in my house, so I don't mind it. I'm just trying to make sure I try to find ways to stay busy, keep my mind active, and that's really all it's been for me. Help my focus. It's helped my focus a little bit even more too. So can't complain.
Yeah, take some distractions away for sure. Unless you're a big video game guy, in which case maybe it could go the other way on you.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I became a big video person throughout the Corona. I'm not gonna lie. Prior to it, I wasn't. But I mean, I started getting to this Call of Duty game even crazier once Corona happened, and every day I find myself on it for at least 2 hours. So
you got to get a mental break somewhere. So at least you're staying out of trouble, just killing imaginary people. But
exactly,
I would imagine trying to learn a new offense with Coach Shurmer coming in has to be difficult doing that digitally. What's it been like for you trying to get on the same page as to what you guys are going to be running?
it's crazy because I've been doing real good with the offense so far. I'm just lucky that I have real close friends out here who want to help me succeed. So I have a boy who I played football with in college, and every day we're catching and every day we're going over plays. He has my iPad and we're walking through plays because we missed so many reps without no OTAs and stuff. That was huge for reps and just getting the playbook down, and the fact that we have a new coach and a new playbook and we haven't been able to get no reps, it's important that you have to do walkthroughs yourself and just really take that into consideration, because when camp comes, it's going to be rolling. So, I've been trying to do my best with that, and I'm excited to really get out there and see how well I actually really do know this playbook. So we'll see.
So do you look at like New York Giants films or maybe when he was with the Vikings, what he was able to do to try to like get a feel for it?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm always, I love watching Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen's film. I like to learn from, elite players and just try to elevate my game. So I'm always actually watching their film we got their film from a couple years ago when he was there. We got the Giants film. So I'm always watching and picking from each players, and as well as looking at the playbook, because we got different terminology now, not the same as what he would call every play at that time. So it's more understanding the concepts that he likes to run and just seeing what I can learn from the receivers. That's how I kind of view it.
Sure. Now,
Mhm.
you were actually at Maryland the same time as Stephon Diggs. Did you have any idea you both would be playing on Sundays a couple years down the line?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, definitely. I would know I from the day I got there, you can know Stephon's an NFL player. And since I was growing up, I've always wanted to play football. And even in high school, I watched a lot of Stephon Diggs from when he was in Maryland. That's one of my good friends and somebody I definitely look up to, still to this day, just because of what he's been able to do. And it's crazy because I almost got drafted to the Vikings, so it would have been a reunion. So, but everything happens for a reason.
No, for sure. But now, is that where LaVisca went? Did he go to Minnesota?
Oh, Visca went to Jacksonville.
Um, yeah. Well, either way, the amount of talent you've been around throughout your college career, that Maryland team in particular, to have Yannick, Sean Davis, I mean, and obviously a Colorado man.
Boys, I
So
got some boys. I'm blessed around just a lot of talent. I say that.
definitely. Now, some of the talent that you're around right now in that wide receiver room is a little bit different than what it looked like last year. And
Oh
I
yeah.
know that you're not physically with some of these guys yet, particularly because they're rookies. But how much has it changed your prep, knowing that there's Jerry Jeudy here, high draft picks that you know that the Broncos are investing into? That's got to change the culture of the wide receiver group.
Definitely. It's changed a lot of my preparation mentally and physically. I know that last year I didn't have the best rookie season. There's stuff that I wish I could have done better. And so I just took that into accountability. I understand that it's a business and that the team is gonna build off of, the young players and whoever they feel they need that is gonna help them succeed. So, I just take it with a grain of salt and come every day with the chip on my shoulder and just work to continue to show why I deserve to be here. So, it's not personal, it's just business.
Definitely. In one of the business decisions that they had made, your draft class was to get a guy named Drew Lock. It looks like he could be the real deal, but what is it like actually going through a season with an older veteran? Of course, I'm talking about Joe Flacco, and have it go a little rocky where they decide, okay, now we're going to make the switch. I mean, are you guys kind of waiting all year? Like, is this going to happen? Is it going to not? Or were the coaches kind of up front with you with what's going on? I could just imagine it could divide the room a little bit.
Um, it didn't really divide the room, but it was more so of just like they were testing out, seeing. So first, Drew Lock had fractured or he did something to his thumb in preseason, so that kind of put him out for a couple of months or so. So I feel that was a huge benefit for him. He was able to sit back. He wasn't rushed anything. He was able to sit back, learn from Joe, learn from the veterans, and just see what it takes to succeed at that level. So when he got his opportunity, he was ready. And Joe did what he can do. Joe's a good guy, and my locker was right next to him, so I enjoyed my. He's from Jersey as well, so I enjoyed my friendship with Joe and just learn from him, and it was cool to actually play with somebody who's been in the league for 10+ years. He growing up, the Ravens were my favorite team, so I always knew of Joe, so it was cool to actually play with him. So it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I could imagine. Now, the the whole young Jeezy thing, I feel like it's getting blown out of proportion. From what you've been able to gather though about Drew, what's he like as a leader of a team and as just a young guy? I mean, being like 22, 23 years old and trying to lead a bunch of grown men to win games has to be a pretty daunting task. What was your take on how he approached just rookie year?
I feel he did a great job. One of the benefits I felt was that our team is really young on the offensive side. I'd say offensive side, most of our starters are within the first 3-4 years. So it's pretty cool that he was able to have that blessing, and he has people that want to rally behind him. And he when he comes on the field, you feel that swagger. You feel that that freedom that he brings. Like he's free out there. Like he's doing what he wants to do. So you always want to play under a guy like that, and he brings excitement. He talks to people. He's not a stuck-up guy, not in there with the hood on every day, he's trying to stay away. So that makes you just want to play for somebody even more. So I'm definitely excited to see what he's going to bring this year.
I love that just seems so opposite of Vic Fangio, who's like an older coach in the NFL, but has this young team with a bunch of young guys. How is he acclimated to just, have just, I feel like it could go south, but obviously it's not. What is his coaching style like so that he can have that type of culture going on?
He has a pretty old traditional style. Sometimes with no music and stuff. But one thing I like about Vic, he has a set of captains and a set of people who he's open ears to. If there's stuff that he's doing that some of the players and old veterans don't like, they're gonna sit and they're gonna talk about it, and they're gonna get things changed. And that's the one thing I really enjoy about Vic. He's real open eared and real open minded, and he's open to change. So whether people don't like what he's doing, they're gonna sit down and just discuss how they feel, players, and he's open to it. Like even when I know he made that statement a couple months ago about there's no race in the NFL. We had a meeting the next day about it, and he let people voice out their opinions, and that was pretty cool to see. We had about at least 15 players speak up and just voice how they feel about what he stated, and they were able to go back and forth and their feelings. So, he's always open-minded, and he just wants the team to have that camaraderie. He wants to win. So I like Canada Big.
So, and I think that that's huge to being a successful coach, that open-mindedness. Do you think that's probably the most important thing, or is there other traits that you would put ahead of that as being, this is what a coach needs to have success in the NFL?
I mean, that's one of them. Yeah, definitely one of them. You got to be open-minded. You got to have that experience. Know what it takes to have a successful team. You got to communicate and talk to your players. You got to build that relationship, and he does that. So, can't complain with Vic. I'm glad that he's here.
Yeah, for sure. So the wide receiver group, obviously a very competitive group, but the AFC West division, man, is just going to be a gauntlet for a long time. I mean, do you feel like in any way with the talent that you guys are loading up with on offense, the way that, to kind of match up a little bit with the Chiefs there, like, is it everyone kind of just catching up to what they're doing and trying to not mimic it, but line up more to sort of be able to play that way?
I feel that we're kind of just worried about ourselves, in a sense. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. They were able to build their team up, from the ground, and it's been crazy to see what they've been able to accomplish. And we just feel like that we're just gonna focus on us and just take it one step at a time. One step at a time. Who's to say that the Chiefs will be, contenders again this year? So it's just to worry about us and just figuring out how we can become our best selves. We were 4 games away from a playoff team, and we lost those 3-4 games in a matter of 20 seconds and 30 seconds last minute. So, I feel we're right there. And, we just try to do our best to build up and stack up because, it's not even just the Chiefs that are like that. It's a lot of teams in the NFL that are just building and building with all this young talent and speed. So, that's just the new game of the NFL, speed. So.
Yeah, but then also you get a guy like Melvin Gordon who can,
Yeah.
has speed for sure, but also has a little bit of power to make sure that you guys are definitely going to be balanced in offense.
Hell yeah, I'm excited we got that piece. So him and Phil are gonna be a 1-2 punch it's gonna be crazy to see. I'm excited.
Yeah. Now, of course, Emmanuel Sanders, no longer a Denver Bronco, but from just thinking about your rookie year, how much did like Cortland Sutton, Emmanuel, even Deshaun Hamilton, just because he had a year on you, I think, how much did they help you get acclimated to the speed of the NFL and learning how to play it at the highest level?
They helped me a lot, especially Emmanuel Sanders. I remember one practice, like even my coach mentioned it. When we was watching film one day, he remembers Emmanuel pulling me aside and just talking to me about, some of the things I wasn't doing and what I was doing. And just, it was real. I listened to everything he did. He said, I watched everything he did. So it was real cool to have him in my presence. And, he really led the way. He really led it for the team. He's kind of like another coach out there. So it was real fun to be out there. I got to work with him a little bit this offseason. About to work with him this weekend, actually. Cortland and the other guys too as well. It's been cool to have their insight as well because even though they only had 1 year ahead of me, that 1 year is crazy. Just having a year in the NFL, like me, just having that 1 year now,
Exactly.
Totally different. I know what to expect. I know what to do to help the younger players that are coming in, especially with the ones who haven't had OTAs, no offseason. That's so critical and so huge. I don't know where I would be like if I came in just at camp, no OTAs, no rookie mini camp, none of that. So I'm blessed that I had them, and I'm ready just to offer that knowledge to the next person.
Uh, Now, you're definitely a little bit bigger than Emmanuel, so I don't know how much you could take from his game just because your styles are going to be a little bit different. But growing up, even through college and when you get to the NFL, who were you looking at to try to model your game after most?
Um, Growing up, definitely Des Bryant. High school, early college days, I'd say Des Bryant for sure. I just loved his catching abilities. He was just the Cowboys. It was real special just to have him go throw it up and just go get it. I love that his ability about that. I liked and Keenan Allen, Des and Keenan. I'd say for sure. Keenan, one of the best route runners in the game. So I study him still to this day. You know,
Definitely.
definitely be up that list soon.
Now, if Dez is going to catch a touchdown, we know what he's going to do with the X.
Mm-hmm.
When Juwann Winfree gets his first touchdown in the NFL, what's it going to look like? Is there a celebration already in mind?
I can't even tell you, man. I don't know yet. I'll be excited though, super excited. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Sort of just happened, or some of my boys that helped me plan it out. They helped me plan out the Hall of Fame game touchdown I had in the preseason.
Right.
Or so we'll see. I kind of don't think about that. Just want to make sure I'm out there.
Yeah, understood. Now, just thinking about where you're sitting now, what do you wish you knew going into your rookie year? What's like one or two best pieces of advice that you wish someone really told you before you started?
Mm. Just the conditioning that you have to be, like the shape you got to be in, because it's a lot of running, especially being a younger, sixth round person on the late bubble where you're gonna have to play a lot of special teams and you're gonna get a lot of reps everywhere. Just a lot of running. You don't want to be in the best shape you can be in. Because that's what this league's about. Speed. How long can you run? How long can you run this fast for? And it's just a focus that you gotta have for 17 weeks straight. It's a long season, long season. I wasn't the most focused last year. I'd admit to that. There's times where I lapsed out a little bit, just so long going from combine training straight to the season and 17 weeks, 5 weeks of preseason. It was pretty long for me. But I had that break this year with this off season, super long off season. So I'm ready. I'm ready for 20 weeks, 25 weeks, whatever it takes. So, I'm just the focus that you got to bring every day is definitely key.
Yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense. Obviously, it's a longer season than college. And then just thinking about the regular season, let alone the OTAs, the preseason, everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just wanted to talk a little bit about your college days. Your last 2 years, particularly at Colorado, you battled through some injuries. And then I know that you didn't have the rookie year that you really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say about just overcoming adversity, dealing with getting these different things bumping up, particularly at a time when I'm sure you've always wanted to make it to the NFL? You probably really doubted, am I going to make it with all this stuff happening?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was real crucial, man. It was crazy. Luckily, I'm a man of God. I love God. I have a huge support system behind me, my family and friends and everybody. So, they keep me grounded, keep me humble. And I just know that, I got God I can rely on through all of this. I've learned that through a lot of my hardships, years ago. So I just try to keep that same mentality. And he's got me this far. So, it's no telling where else he's gonna take me. So I just try to keep that same mindset.
And how much of that mindset was developed through your earlier time in college where you leave Maryland, you have to go like, oh, where am I going to go? You end up going community college. And then of course from there, I'm sure you're just like, okay, is someone going to offer me, where am I going to go? I mean, how much that kind of sets the tone from an early age, of, yeah, I gotta, think of this like a business. I got to figure out how do I get to my end goal. I mean, that must have really set the tone for you, just having that uncertainty.
Definitely started, coming into college. I definitely didn't have that mindset because I haven't been through much. In high school, I didn't go through much. I was blessed with a good family, good opportunities. I had to work for everything I got, but I mean, I didn't go through much adversity coming into
Sure.
college. I wasn't a huge believer of God at the time, and I never forget the convo I had with Stefan, and I told him we'd pray after practice. All the receivers would pray after practice, and I remember I was like, I'm not really sold on God yet. I don't really know if he's real, blah blah. And Stephon was like, because you haven't went through anything yet. And literally that next spring, got suspended from Maryland. We started going through so much stuff, and God was a person I had to rely on. So that's kind of when it started, and it's kind of how to grow up. I had to grow up mentally and physically. Just grow up and really make those make better decisions. I had to make better decisions and just think about everything differently.
Yeah, and the road leads here, right? I mean, you have to go through all that stuff to be in this spot today. You got your belief, your faith, and then ready to hit year 2 in the NFL. So I think it's safe to say it's kind of worked out.
Yeah.
Well, man, in closing, I want to go through this little thing I call the gauntlet with you. I just got a couple of quick hitter questions I want your knee-jerk answer on.
Okay.
What's most important in winning? Is it having the number 1 offense or the number 1 defense?
I think in this day and age, I think they're both equally important. But I feel if you can't score points, then you're asked out. We were in a lot of times last year where we were in the bottom totem pole of scoring points in the NFL, the whole league, and it showed. Our defense was top tier. Our defense was within the top 6 defenses in the league, and they were stopping teams, continue to stop teams, and we weren't putting up any points. And that's not going to get you past the Chiefs. That's not going to get you past the Patriots. These big teams, you got to score points. So, I feel they're both equally. You need those equally to win a Super Bowl. But definitely, you got to be able to put up points. You see the Chiefs. The Chiefs were down in the Super Bowl. Chiefs have an awesome defense, but they were able to come back and put up them points. And take it over. So, definitely.
Yeah, well, there's definitely no right answer, but I appreciate you leaning one way, even though it was a little close.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a pregame ritual that you stick to?
Maybe the night before, I Epsom salt bath. Epsom salt. I watched this little Joel Osteen little prayer video type thing. That's really about it. I don't have any super big rituals, to be honest.
Got it. Now, all time, was there one player or one coach that you looked at and would be like, man, it would have been nice if I would have had a chance to play with this guy?
Maybe maybe my boy Brandon Wimbush. I don't know if you're familiar with Brandon Wimbush. He was a quarterback for Notre Dame. He was in this upcoming draft class. I don't think he got picked up because he switched positions. But in high school, me and him he went to St. Peter's Prep with Minka Fitzpatrick. Had a huge high school career. Me and him were like off season. Me and him were a crazy 1-2 off season punch. We would go to 7-on-7s together, and that's kind of he helped me boost my recruiting status in high school. Just being the 7-on-7s with him and Mika and excelling. And it was just crazy. We were both getting recruited by some of the same schools. So it was just a thought like, man, if we go to the same school, I'm a receiver, he's a quarterback, it would have been crazy. But, things happen.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
What's most important? Is it the players or is it the scheme?
That's a good question. It's a tough one. All the coaches say the players make it. So, the players make the scheme. The players make the plays. Definitely the players. But at the same time, it goes hand in hand, man. It's always great to have a good experienced coach, knowing what to call in the right time. So, I feel it goes hand in hand, definitely. But,
of course,
the players do make the plays, and, you gotta be a playmaker. That's what the team needs to win. You need playmakers. So I definitely say the players, but I definitely feel it goes hand in hand.
Definitely. Now, favorite route on the route tree?
Comeback. A comeback.
All right.
Or comeback. Sell that go. That's one of my best routes, I'd say. Been one of my best routes for a while. So definitely comeback.
I got one last one for you. Considering everything you've been able to accomplish and push through, man, what's the best piece of advice that you'd give to a young athlete?
Just to take advantage of the resources, man. so much now growing up for kids. There's just so much technology, so much resources available for you to succeed, you know, in whatever field you're in, sports, you know, education, wherever field you're in, it's just the resources are there. So I just say take advantage of them, you know. I try to take advantage as best as I can of my coaches that I had, you know, YouTube videos, just finding ways to help myself get recruited, finding ways I can get better. You know, it's all out there. It's all out there, and it's just for you to grab. So, you know, where you go in life is all on you. You know, how far you want to take it. You know, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I actually think I might have first seen you on the sideline hustle, doing stuff there. So just another way to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Juwann, one season under your belt. I'm really looking forward to seeing. Fingers crossed that there's a season 2 in 2020. Man, it's going to be fun. I'll be definitely watching some more Broncos games this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you having me.